So we have said we are beginning with the question of December 2013. Question of December 2013. Question of December 2013. Question number 3C. Question number 3C. Now, when you read a question like that, which you are supposed to use simulation, the question we are supposed to use simulation. So what you do, you prepare the Monte Carlo. You prepare the Monte Carlos. So we are going to have Monte Carlo for demand. And in this Monte Carlo, we will have units, we will have the probe, we will have cumulative probe, and then we will have the range. We'll have the range. Now these units, as you can see, it is 0 to 12 in the space of 2, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That is what we have there. So the probabilities are 0.02, 0.02, 8, 22, 0.22, then 34, 18, and 9, 0.09, and 0.07. 0.07. Then in the cumulative, this is 0.02, 0.10, 0.32, 0.66, 0.84, 0.93, and 1. I hope you remember what I told you about how to do the range. December, this one, you look at them as whole numbers. Then, because we require 100, 100 has 2 zeros. So with 2 zeros, we require 2 digits. So you start at 0, 0. You stop at this number as 1. So you stop at 1. Then you start at 2, 0, 2 to all the way to 9. You start 10 to go to that 1. Then that 2 to go to 65, 66 to go to 83, 84 to go to 92, 93 to go to 99. That is how it is supposed to be done. How it is supposed to be done. Now from there, we do a Monte Carlo for read time. Monte Carlo for read time. Monte Carlo for read time, whereby we have units, we have probe, we have cumulative probe, and we have the range. We have the range. So the units here, or the days, oh sorry, these are not units. The read time is expressed in terms of weeks. is expressed in terms of weeks. And these weeks are 1 to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With the probabilities of 23, 45, 0.45, 17, 9, and 6. So when you accumulate, this is 0.23, this is 68, this is 85, this is 94, and this is 1. This is 1. So 00 to 22, 23 to 67, 68 to 84, 85 to 93, 94 to 99. So, I want us to draw something called the simulation sheet. I hope you'll be able to see. The first one is week number. Week number. Now this is demand. Those online, are you able to see? Week number, demand. Leave alone here where there is light. What I've written here, are you able to see? Okay. So here it is a random number, and these are units. Then here we also bring units. Units, we have those which are sold, and we have the shortage. Then we have closing stock, order, question mark. Then this is read time. Read time, we have random number. And then we have weeks. These are costs here. We have holding. We have shortage. We have ordering. And we have total. So those are the titles of the columns. So those are online. Once you finish drawing, you write finished. Write the word finished. You are still growing. Please, Fatuma, Marisa, Yusuf, Samal. Okay, finished. So in week number 1, we are told to do this for 14 weeks. So in week number 1, the random number is 68. 68. So you come now here to the Monte Carlo demand, and you find 68 is here. That gives us, so I forgot to put a column for opening stock. A column for opening stock. So the units are 8. The units are 8, but our opening stock is how many units? According to information 5, 40 units. So the question is, can we afford to sell 8 units? Yes. So you sell 8. Anyone who will miss? None. So how many units do we close with now that we began with 40? 32. Good. 32. So do we make an order? We are told you place an order, it is set at 30 units. So we are not at 30 or below 30. So we say no. And when you say no, there is nothing that you bring in the read time. There is nothing that you bring in the read time. So the holding cost now will be per unit to Nabiwa ni 20 bob. So sasa hiyo 20 multiplied by this, that's 2. So 20 times that 2, it is what? 640. We do not have a shortage, we don't have ordering, so this is 640. We got week number 2. We got week number 2. Week number 2, the random number is what? 52. 52. So 52 ukikuja kuitafuta hapa iko hapa kwa 6 units. So can we afford? So the units that are sold, we are able to sell the 6. So no one goes home without. So if the closing stock yesterday was that 2, na tumeuza 6, now we are left with what? 26. Do we place an order? Yes. No. Do we place an order? No. Why no? Na sijui mambo ya opening stock kama itawasumbua. Mshaongeza hapa? Oh. Okay, so kama mshaongeza, let me also ongeza so that I did not want to remove this, but sasa itabidi nitoe sababu mko nayo mtakuwa mnaniambia. So hapa ndio tunastahili kuwa na opening stock. This is week number. Week number. So this is week 1, we had 40. Week 2, we had that 2. Inafaa. Sasa, I have said there's a no. Why? Because closing stock is known at the end of the day when you have actually closed your business. That is actually the reason why they are closing stock. So ushafunga duka yako. So even those who sell to you, they have also closed. So what you do, you go to bed knowing that tomorrow the first thing to do is to place an order. But you don't place the order at that point. It will tawekwa the following day or the following week. Okay, I hope, Janet, you have gotten that. You don't place the order the week or the day you are below your order point or you are at the order point. Some questions they will be quiet. Kama hii haijasema kitu kama hiyo. Others will be very clear. Utaongezewa kwa additional information naambiwa orders are placed the following day or the following week. But even in the question which is quiet, we expect you to know. Remember, this is a professional paper, not an academic paper. Professional means you must appreciate practicals or practice. What is confusing, Fatuma? Where? I have said we have gone below 30, which is our order point. But you don't place the order now because you only get to know your closing stock at night ukishafunga duka yako. So kama umefunga kwako, you don't make another transaction. The shop is already closed. Even those who sell to you, they have already closed. So you will make the order the following week or the following day. That is the practice. So here it is true we have gone below the order point, but we are not making the order now. We make the next week. Is that okay now? Good. Janet, I don't know whether you are saying I repeat from week 1. And if that is the case, tumesema here we have begun with 40. Random number is 68. We have demand of 8. We sell 8. No one goes home missing. We close with that 2. We are not placing the order because hatujafika the reorder point. Nothing in the read time. This one is 640. Which is obtained as that 2 times 20, the holding cost per unit. Hapa hakuna shortage, hakuna ordering, total is 640. Now we are in week 2, whereby I'm saying we have opened with that 2, which was our closing stock here. The random number is 52, which gives us a demand of 6. We are able to sell the 6. No one goes home without. We close with 26, and I've said we are not making an order. Is that okay, Janet? Good. So we now proceed. So when you say no, nothing here. So the holding cost now, multiply this 26 by 20. You get 520. No shortage, no ordering. That is 520. That's 520. Okay, so week number 3, we open with what? 26. Random number is what? 50. So that gives us how many units? 6 units. So are we able to sell all of them? 6. So that means no one goes home without. And then the closing stock is 20. So do we place an order? Yes. The one that we found yesterday or the previous week. So when you say yes, you now pick the next random number. Unaweka hapa kwa lead time. That is 90. So 90 unakuja hapa unaangalia iko kwa how many weeks? 4 weeks. Now you need to know those 4 weeks zitafika wapi. Actually we can even number these ones 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 because you are told to do 14. I told to do 14. So once you have said yes, unahesabu how many weeks? Naona tumesema ni 4 weeks. You count 4 weeks from the day you have said yes. Hivi. 1, 2, 3, 4. So those goods will be received in week 7. Those goods will be received in week 7. So as you wait, you proceed now. Give me the holding costs. 20 times 20. 400. No one has missed. Now we have placed an order. An order, according to information, 3, it is 250. So that gives us 650. Week number 4, we open with 20. Random number is 59. So 59 gives us 6 units. We are able to sell all of them and no one misses, so that we close with what? 14. Do we place an order? Do we place an order? Yes, we already have placed. You don't say yes. Because sasa tunangoja. Ni kama ukienda kwa hoteli and the first fellow you have sent to bring you whatever you have ordered, there are others that keep on passing by and they ask you, have you been served? You don't keep on sending everyone. Yes. You wait until mwenye ulituma a deliver, or when you are convinced mwenye ulituma will not deliver. Yes. Otherwise, kila mtu akikuuliza kama umekuwa sawa na mtuma, wote watakuja tena wamefuatana na chakula. And you must pay for all. We may not be sure whether utakula yote lakini lazima ulipe yote. Yeah. So now we are waiting. So no. So there is nothing here. So 14 times 20, that gives us what? 20. No shortage, no ordering, so we have 280. we have week 5, which is 14. Random number 08. 08 is giving us here 08 because I want to see something. If we make it 98, make it 98. Lakini kwa exam you don't change. Yeah, I'm changing it because I want to capture a shortage. And nimeona tukienda hivyo hakutakuwa na shortage. So 98. So kama ni 98, that will give us what? 12 units. So 12 units, are we able to sell all of them? Yes. And no one goes home without, and we close with what? With 2 units. And we make an order? No. So nothing here. So 2 times 20, that gives us what? 40. So no shortage here, no ordering, that is 40. We got week number 6. Tunafungua na 2. Random number is 72. So 72 itatupea how many units? 8 units. Good. So with 8 units, how many can we sell? 2. How many will go home without? 6. So the closing stock is what? 0. Do we make an order? No. We are still waiting for the one that we sent. So nothing here. And this is 0. This is 0. No, shortage is not 0 now. 1 unit out of stock is costing us 150. So 150 times 6. 900. So there's no ordering. So 900 there. Week 7, our opening stock is 0. But it is the week we are receiving the order yet tulikuwa tumetuma. Na hiyo order inakuja na how many units? Kulingana na information na 1. The order quantity is 40. So inakuja na 40. So tutaanza na 40 hapa. So tukianza na 40, give me the random number. 44. So 44 gives us 6 units. So we are able to sell all of them, and the shortage is what? 0. The closing stock is 34. Do you make an order? No. So nothing here. 34 times 20. Yes? 680. I have no shortage, no ordering, so we have 680. Then week 8. Week 8, we close with what? Or we open with 34. We are opening with 34. Random number is 95. Those units will be how many? 12. So with 12, we are able to sell all. And there is no shortage. So the closing stock is what? 22. So you order. Do you place an order? No. This is the first time we have gone below the order point. So tutaweka order kesho. Yeah. Tumana kesho. So nothing there. So 22 times I can see 440. Good. No shortage. No ordering, we have 440. Good. Haya, twende hapa kwa week 9. Week 9 we are opening with 22. Random number 85. Good. 85. Good. So how many units come from 85? 10 units. Fatuma, I can see that is good. So how many do we sell? 10. No one goes home without. So we close with what? With 12. Do we make an order? Yes. We make an order. And if we are saying yes, give me the next random number. 81. So 81 will give us how many weeks? You could have a Monte Carlo at time. 3 weeks. Yes. Sasa kama ni 3 weeks, tutahesabu. Tumesema unahesabu hivi. 1, 2, 3. So those goods will be received on week 12. Will be received on week 12. So tuendelee meanwhile. 12 times 20, that gives us what? 240. No shortage. We have placed an order at 250. So that gives us 400 and what? 90. Week 10, we open with what? With 12. Hebu endelea namna hiyo mpaka umalize on your own. You want whether we are following, because that is the only question we do. So we are through? Haya, nisomee what you have gotten the code for 12. 600 for 11. 600 for 12. Oh, I was supposed to get 410. What's here hapa 490? The 600. 410 is 0. This is 0. Not only 0. Then 600. Why 11? You're in 600 also. Kwa 13, 770. Now kwa 14, 480. So those who are online, are we agreeing with those figures? Fatima says no. Huh? Okay, so then we can iron it out this way. Give me the random number. Huh? Yes, for week 10. 93. So 93 will give how many units? 12 units. So that means you're able to sell all the 12. And no one goes home without. And the closing stock is 0. We place an order? No. Because you are waiting for the one we placed. So there is nothing here in the needed time. So there is no holding cost. There is no shortage. There is no ordering. So the total is 0. So that one is okay. Tukuje kwa week 11. Week 11, we are opening with what? 0. Random number is what? 28. 28 gives us how many units? 4 units. So 4, we sell how many? 0, because we have nothing. So how many go home without? 4 units. The closing stock is 0. Do you place the order? No. And therefore there is nothing here in the needed time. And the holding cost will also be 0. But the shortage sasa will be 600. That is 150 times 4. So 150 times 4. No ordering. So that gives us what? 600. 600 because sawa. Haya, tuende kwa huyu mwingine. The opening ndio tunapata zile tulikuwa tumetumana. Si ndio? 40. So random number is 89. So 89 is giving us how many? 10. So that gives us what? We sell 10 at no shortage. We close with what? Do we place the order? No. We say no. So nothing here. And holding is 600. No shortage, no ordering, so 600. Kuja week 13. We open with what? 30. Random number is 15. We sell 4 units. No one goes home without. So the closing stock is 26. Do we place the order? Yes, good, because we hit 30. But some questions will tell you below. So if the question has said below, sasa hapa haungesema yes, ingebidi you go the other week. Okay, now Fatima, I hope you have got it. Because tumefika 30, this is the first time tumejua we need an order. So tunaitengeneza tukiwa hapa. We praise it when we are here. So when you say yes, now give me the random number. 60. So how many days? How many weeks? 2 weeks. Now those 2 weeks, they will be 13 and 14. So they will come week number 15, which is not part of our data. So you have to tunaachana nayo. So hapa, the holding is 26 times 20, that is 520. No shortage, but we have placed an order at 2. So that gives us 770. And finally, we open with 26. When you open with 26, the random number is what? 3. So that gives us how many units? 2. 2, So if it is 2, we sell 2. No one goes home without. Tunafunga na what? 24. Do you place an order? No. So there is nothing here. And the holding cost is 24 times 20. That gives us 480. No shortage, no ordering. So that gives us 480. Good. So those figures are okay. So now what you do, below that, give me the total. Andika total, unipatie total ya hii. Below that, you get the total. Get the total of the totals. $70.90. That is the total. And the last thing that you are required to give us is average. That is the last thing that you're supposed to give us. So the average, you divide by 14, eh? Yeah, if you divide by 14, you get what? So you can make it 507. Yeah.
The rounding of is what you can add. Should it be 5 or 6?
You can even round it to 5 or 6. It's not much harm. Yeah. But if you are to argue with the practicability of the cost, cost should not be rounded. You should give it the exact way. Yeah, because if you round up, you are likely to pocket some change. Equally, if you round down, you may be forced to add some money from your pocket. Yeah. I'm saying this, if you had gotten 5 or 6.6, when you round up, si utapewa 507 at the accountant when they ukalipe. So hii 0.4 utarudisha. Equally, ukiround down useme ni 506, accountant atakupea, lakini ukienda kulipa hii 0.6 utatoa wapi? Utatoa kwa mfuko yako. So here we may not have a problem with it. Kama utatoa kwa mfuko wako utulipie. Our problem is here. Tukijua ulipewa change na hukurudisha. That's where the problem is. Good. So I think we are okay. Any question? Those who are online? Charin, good morning and welcome. So on your own, you shall handle this question of May 2018. May 2018, question 3C. May 2018, question 3C. May 2018, question 3C. So let us now switch to the next area of concern. The next area of concern, which is non-routine decisions. Non-routine decisions. So I gave you the notes on this. So we will quickly brush through as it is in the notes. Now, when we talk of something and call it non-routine, it means something that is not regularly done. It is not our normal practice. That's why it's called non-routine. And we have various types of decisions. I don't want to mention them here because we shall handle each at a time, solving computations. When you are making decisions, there is something we call the concept of relevance. Now, relevance, it is the ability to influence a decision or the ability to be influenced by a decision. In this case, we have costs which are relevant and we have costs which are irrelevant. Now, in the notes, I have given you the ones that go by or that represent relevant cost. We have talked of kina variable cost, kina marginal cost, kina future cost, all those. And we have also given some words that describe irrelevant costs, kina fixed cost, kina overheads, kina sunk, general, and so on. You'll be able to see all of them in the notes. Because as we have the questions, you will not come across a question that will tell you the following are the relevant costs or the following are the irrelevant costs. But the examiner will use those words that I've given you in the notes to describe those costs, and you will therefore be expected to tell, is this a relevant cost? Is this an irrelevant cost? The other thing that I need to mention is about a few principles that are used in judging relevance of raw materials. In judging relevance of raw materials. Now, when it comes to raw materials, if you have to use a material and you don't have it, what should come to your mind is the purchase cost, the future purchase cost. Number two, if you have to use a material and you already have it, the original purchase cost is irrelevant. It's just like when you want to use your calculator, you don't keep on remembering how much you paid for it because the original purchase cost is irrelevant. If you want to use that material and you have it, but ulikuwa umeiweka hapo so that you can sell it. Say, for example, you sell, you operate a shop and you sell products such as sodas and mikates, and someone has visited you at the shop and you are asking, do I give them a bottle of soda and a loaf of bread? What should come to your mind is the amount of money you are to receive if you sold the soda and the bread, because they were not initially bought to be given to this guy, but they were bought to be sold. So if you give this guy, then you lose the revenue. The net realizable value should be considered. If you are holding materials and you are waiting to use them elsewhere, and now there is another need, and when you use them now, you will still need to replace them. Now, if you will replace them, the future replacement cost is the relevant cost. It's like I come to your house in the morning and I find there is a packet of milk, which you had bought because you were expecting someone else to come in the afternoon. And for some reasons, you decide to make me, to give me the cup of milk. And you are still convinced yule atakuja saa 8 hata atakunywa maziwa. So the cost of hiyo maziwa ya saa 8 is the one that you should attribute to me, because I'm the one who has made you to replace. The other one is about materials that are being held and they are to be disposed of. Tuseme kama ni garbage ziko kwako kwa nyumba, umeweka hapo na ushaongea na ule jamaa wa takataka, anakuja kuchukua na ukulipe 200 shillings. Sasa before afike, someone else comes, your neighbor, anakuambia hizi takataka zako niko na some pigs there ama niko na some use for them, nipatie niende nipeleke pale. So ukimpatia, or as you decide whether to release those garbages, you should rejoice because ile saving ya 200 imeingia. Hata kama huko umelipa yule jamaa wa garbages, the time ulimpigia simu kamwambia niko na garbages kuja, that is the time that cost was incurred. So if you are not, you don't pay because someone has taken over the garbages, that is recognized as a reduction in revenue, in cost, and we shall see that. So those are the 5 points about raw materials. The other one is about labor. Now, when it comes to labor, there are 3 points. One, if there is idle capacity, labor is irrelevant. You see, like now this class, there is idle capacity. There are very many seats that are empty. The way I am teaching you is the same way I would have taught if all the seats were full. And my salary would still be the same. So if the principal was to get a few students who want to join us here, as he considers whether to admit them or not, he should not think about my salary because there is already an idle capacity. Yeah, when you are idle, you should not be paid anything. When you are idle, your value is actually zero. Anyone can afford it, including the devil. That's why they say an idle mind is the devil's what? Workshop. Number 2 is we are not idle. We are busy, but we can be able to get labor from the market on a temporary basis. Say, for example, unaka unit kametokea, which I can teach between now 8:30 and 10:30. But now I'm in this class. So what the principal will do, atatafuta mwalimu mwingine. Kama atapata mwalimu mwingine wa kufunza the next 3 days, now the salary of that new teacher is the relevant cost. How wanafunzi wenye wanakuja kusoma hako ka unit, the amount of money they will pay should at least be enough to pay the salary of the new teacher. The other one is where that unit has come up and I'm in this class, but we cannot get someone else. So what will happen? Mimi nitaambiwa nikuja hapa niwafunza 1 hour, alafu nikipie pale niwafunza 1 hour. Now when that happens, you people, you are likely to complain because mtasema mwalimu wetu umepeleka wapi? We need our 2 hours. Otherwise we will refund fee yetu by half. And because fees paid cannot be refunded, what you will do now, you start complaining. Muta complain and nothing will be done. When you realize nothing is being done, you say, after all, Destiny is not the only school. There are many other schools. Now, when you say that Destiny is not the only school, now you walk out. When you walk out, Destiny loses the money that you are paying. And actually, in business, we normally say this. As a business person, you should never see your people, your customers as human beings. You should see them as money. Kama sahi mimi nikiangalia stahili kuona human beings. Naona 22,000 hapo, 22,000 hapo. Hata nikiangalia online hapa, I'm not supposed to see Fatuma or Yusuf or Janet or Samal or Sharif. Hawa na hesabu hiyo ni 22,000, hiyo ni 22, hiyo ni 22, hiyo ni 22, hiyo ni 22. You don't see your customers as human beings. You should look at them as what? Money. Is that okay? What do you think? The reason why it's so, and we shall discuss that as we go by and by, is when you look at other people as human beings, you generate emotions. The way God created us, immediately you see a person, you generate emotions. These emotions are either you like the person or you dislike the person. Like now, when you are looking at me, you are either liking me or disliking me. The same thing is happening to me. It is only that we don't keep on telling each other. Maybe nikikuona, I like you or I dislike you. But for sure, it is happening. Now, this one, when it is prolonged, it is the one that matures to be called what? Love. And this one, it is the one that matures to be called what? Hate. Now, if you love someone, you are likely to undercharge. You are likely to undercharge them. You love someone, you are likely to undercharge them. If you hate someone, you are likely to chase them away. If I hate someone, I will chase them away from my class. When you chase them away from your business, it is money you have chased away. Na hatukufungua biashara so that tukue tunafukuza wateja. Equally hatukufungua biashara tukue tunafanya mapenzi na wateja. We opened the business so that we can be charging rightfully. So you see now each of these emotions is not good to the business. But when you look at human beings as money, we don't have evidence of anyone who looked at money and hated the money. But we have a lot of evidence of people who looked at money and they developed a very strong love, including you and me. Pesa ni mzuri. Anasema pesa ni sabuni ya roho. Yes. Now, when you love the money or when you love someone, and we know these things, you want to be near them, you want to treat them well, you want to wish them good, you take care of them, because you love them. So, as a business person, when you look at your customer as money, you will generate an emotion of love, and you will treat this customer so well. Now, when you treat this customer so well, the customer will be paying on time. They will be willing even to pay more. They will remain with you. They will give you referrals, and by and by, your business will do what? Will grow. So that is the explanation. That you should not look at customers as human beings. You should look at them as money. Good. Fatuma, I hope you have gotten that. The next one is about overheads. Overheads are just 2 points. If they are variable, that is relevant, but if they are fixed, that is irrelevant. Now, from there, the next decision that we are supposed, or the first decision that we're supposed to look at is called product mix. Now, product mix decision is a decision that you make to decide on how well you shall use scarce resources. A resource is called scarce if what is available is below what is required. For example, time. Is your time scarce? Yes. What is available is less. Kama saa hii mko class, I'm sure kuna mahali kwingine unastahili kuwa. Hata mimi nimegundua tu saa hii I'm supposed to be in the village. There is a meeting. But I cannot divide myself to be in class and to be in the village. So time is a scarce resource. Yeah. Money, is it scarce to you? The available and the required. Scarce sana kabisa. Yes, and many other things. So then, how well can you use the resource? How well can I use these 2 hours in Niconas? How well can I use the few coins that I have so that I get maximum benefit out of that? That is all about product mix decisions. Now, there are 3 methods that are used. I'll just mention one which we shall not use: linear programming. Linear programming, it is no longer part of our syllabus, so we shall not use it. But we have 2 others. Moja inaitwa first principles, hiyo ingine inaitwa advanced first principles, and we shall use the 2 of them. I hope the time that is remaining will help us use the first method. So let's get to the past papers. Tutafute kaswali. Go to page 122, the question of June 2010. The question of June 2010. Question 1. It is on product mix decision. It's on product mix decision. So the question says, part A, describe the key consideration. Oh, inasoma key conservation. The key consideration that should be applied in presenting information for product mix decisions when capacity constraints exist. The key consideration. So, andika hivi A, the key consideration is contribution margin. Is contribution margin per unit of the key factor. Contribution margin per unit of the key factor. Yeah, that's all, and you get your format. That's why I told you theory is very important. Part B. Lego Limited manufactures 3 products, namely A, B, C. The data below relate to the 3 products. So we are given all that. Highly skilled labor is required for installation for the 3 products in the customer's premises. A maximum of 25,000 hours of highly skilled labor are currently available at 8 per hour during the production period. Fixed costs for the production period are shillings 8 per hour during the production period. Fixed costs for the production period are 450,000. The maximum demand for products A, B, and C are 2,000, 3,000, and 1,800 units. Required, the current shortfall in highly skilled labor at maximum demand. So, the key factor here is labor. So we are going to do a table which we shall call analysis for highly skilled labor. Highly skilled labor hours. So we are going to have details. And the first column here, we will get per unit. Per unit, let's start with the product A. Product A, you can see the highly skilled labor is the one that is for installation. And installation is gonna 24. So 24, if you divide by 8, that gives us what? 3. Right? When we come to product B, When we come to product B, equal to that 2. So that 2 divided by 8 is 4. When we come to product C, we have 44. You divide by 8. 5.5. So we will get the total now this total we will get the required space there ionekani. I'm saying we will get the required here. Then we will get the available. And then we will have a shortfall. Or surplus. Surplus will be in brackets. Surplus will be in brackets according to our workings. Okay. So sasa for maximum demand. For maximum demand, Now the maximum demand is product A is 2000. Yeah. So it will be 3 times 2000. That will be equal to 6000. Actually, that is the last column. We don't need another one. That should be the last column. Huyu mwingine, it is 3000. So it is 4 multiplied by 3000. That will give us 12. The next is 1800. So 5.5 multiplied by 1800. Yes? 9,900. So if you add those ones, yeah, 27,900. 7,900. Aya, the available tulikuwa tumeambiwa kuna 25,000. So that means there is a shortage of 2,000. Yeah, there is a shortage of 2,900. That is how you check to know whether something is a key factor or limiting factor. As in, you compare what you require vis-a-vis what you have. It tells you whether you have a surplus or you have a deficit. Sio tuko sawa? Kama hiyo tuko sawa, the next thing that you need to prepare is first principles. It's called first principles. Analysis table. Now, in this analysis table, the first column is called details. Hapa details huwa tunaweka contribution margin. Contribution margin. Alafu tunaweka key factor per unit. Key factor, actually hii, badala ya kushinda tukirudia per unit, nasema first principles analysis table per unit. It's per unit. Then you get contribution margin. Contribution margin per key factor. Per key factor. And then you run. And then you run. So we have product A, product B, and product C. That is what we call the first principles analysis table, the framework. So the contribution margin, we know it is price minus variable cost. All those costs are variable costs. So chukua your 250, subtract hizo costs zote zipo. is 100. Haya, huyo mwingine 103. 163. 163. Haya, key factor ni zile tulikuwa tumetafuta tukasema nini? Tukasema per unit. Hizo tulikuwa tumesema per unit. A tulikuwa tumepata iko na how many hours? 3. B ilikuwa na 4. Na huyu mwingine alikuwa na 5.5. So sasa 100 divided by, this is 100 divided by 3. It is 33.3, then 103 divided by 4. 25.75. 163, you divide by 5.5. 29.64. Sasa ukiwa na hizi, sasa hii ndio tuliita the key factor. Hii ndio ina determine, because it is upon this that you rank. So this is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. So kutoka hapo, let us draw something called allocation schedule or allocation table. Allocation table. Now the allocation table inakuanga na many columns. The first column inaitwa rank. The second column inaitwa product. Inaitwa product. The third column inaitwa maximum demand. Maximum demand. The next column, we have the key factor. Key factor, we have per unit. We have per unit. We have required. And we have available. Available. Those are the 3 things under the key factor. After that, we have units made or produced. Then tena tunarudi kwa key factor again hapa. Key factor. We have the one that is used, and we have the one that is left, or that is now remaining. That is the design. Sasa, rank, we feel like this. Rank number 1. The product which is number 1 is product A. Now maximum demand ya A equal 2,000. Now per unit it is 3 hours. Now that means we require what? 6,000 hours. Now tuko na how many hours? 25,000. So can we afford? So if we can afford, we will make all the 2,000 units that we need. And after we make the 2,000 that we need, we will have used the 6,000. After using the 6,000, we will now be left with 19,000 hours. 19,000 hours will be left. Now we come to number 2. Product number 2 is product C. The maximum demand for that was 1,800. And the hours per unit, they are 5.5. 5.5. So that means we require how many hours? 9,100 or 900? 9,900. Haya, na tuko na available ya 19,000. The available is 19,000. So can we afford? So that we make all the 1,800. Na tukue tumetumia 9,900. We will be left with how many? 9,100. Then tuweke kwa product number 3. Number 3 is product B. So product B, it has a maximum demand of what? 3,000. And per unit it is what? 4 hours. And that means we require 12,000. And the hours that are available are 9,000. Can we afford? No. So if you cannot afford, what you do to know the units you can make, utasema ni 9,100, you divide by 4. 9,100 you divide by 4. That gives us 2275. 2275. So that tumetumia the 9,100 and we are left with what? 0. So if someone was to ask you to tell them optimal production mix, optimal product mix, optimal product mix, utakuja hapa uambie product and the units. Product, product A, B, and C. This is units. A tumesema we are making what? 2,000. B we are making 22. And C we are making 1,800. Sasa hiyo ndio inaitangwa optimal product mix. Na sasa ukishasema hivyo, you need to tell us how much profit we shall make. How much profit we shall make. So in telling us how much profit we shall make, you can prepare for us something we know so well called income statement. And because we have already computed the contribution, hatutaanzia na sales revenue. So we just go straight and say contribution. Now this contribution, we will start with the product A. Product A. Product A, we have made 2,000. And each one is giving us a contribution of what? 100. 100. So that gives us 200,000. Then we come to product B. Product B, we have made 2275. And each one is bringing 103. Yeah? 234, 325. Yes, Fatima, I can see that. Good. Product C is 1,800 units. Each now giving us 163. $293,400. Then you say less fixed costs. Fixed cost tulikuwa tumeambiwa ni 450,000. So with that, you have a figure known as net profit, or the maximum profit we can get. Two 277,725. The next question says, we want to increase the salary by 4. So I want us to do an income statement. Income statement. income statement, after wage increases by 4 shillings, per hour. Or 72 is increases. Income statement after wage increases. So tutaipanga tu kama hii contribution. We have product A. Now what is happening is that these fellows, when we pay them more money, they will be willing to work more hours. And therefore we shall not have a shortage of the hours. But 1 hour is going to increase by 4 shillings. You know? And when wages increase, contribution goes down or up? Down. Good. So when it goes down, what will happen? This one for the contribution margin for A, which is currently 100, it must come down by 4 shillings per hour. And we had 3 hours. That will be the new contribution. And we are going to do 2,000 units. We are going to be able to produce 2,000 units. We are multiplying by 3 because there were 3 hours. Fatima, there were 3 hours. 176,000. Then tukuje kwa product B. Product B iko na 103. So this one must come down by 4 shillings per hour. Na ilikuwa inahitaji 4 hours. Sindio? So we multiply by 4 hours. Now look here. In the previous allocation, we could only afford to make 22. But our desire was to make 3,000. Sindio? So to fanya hii because we did not have time. But now we have time. So we'll be able to do the 3,000 hours. I mean the 3,000 units. We'll be able to do the 3,000. So 61,000. We come to see and argue the same way. That this 163 must come down by 4 and then 5.5 hours, and we'll be able to do the 1,800. And now, 253,800. So now you say less fixed costs. Fixed cost we know is 450,000. So that will afford you the net profit. $240,800. So what do you advise these fellows? Should they increase the salaries? No. Good. It should not, because you can see the profit inapungua kutoka 77 to 40. Yeah, the salary should not be increased. That's why it is always very difficult to negotiate with your employer akuongezee mshahara. Very difficult. The advice is, ukiona ile mshahara wanakulipa haijatosha, ubadilishe either the company or the job position. A job position is changed by enhancing your skills, like now what you are doing, coming back to school. After some time now, you can qualify to go to a higher grade than the one that you are in. But as long as you remain there, it may be very difficult for them. Just even when the cost of living is going up. You can attempt the question of May 2012, question 3. May 2012, question 3. May 2012, question 3. So we call it a day at that juncture. Thank you.